Welcome back to my channel. I am Patricia and this is Golden Glow Up, because we are going to glow up in our golden era. I just wanted to do this video to kind of explain, I guess, why I started this YouTube channel. I think in my first video, I explained that I turned 59 the top of the year. In January, I turned 59, and it hit me. It seems like for me, 59 is a pivotal time. It's, the year right before you go into 60. And when I say 60, I don't know, it packs a punch. It really does. And how I look at it is that 60 is your beginning of your golden era. And I want to reinvent myself in preparation for my golden era. This last year in my 50s, I want to do with intention. I want to make sure that my mind is right when I roll into 60 next year. A lot of things just went through my head. I was overwhelmed with, oh my gosh, with everything. Just the thought of being 60 and how much time is left and how much I want to still do. And it became overwhelming. I did start this channel for different reasons. One of the reasons is because I wanted a chronicle of my last year in my 50s. And I wish that I had done it in my 40s, in my 49th year, so I could do a proper goodbye and to my 40s and, a grande entrance into my 50s. But, I didn't. And now here I am in my 50s. And I'm going to walk into my 60s with my head held high. Let's see. This YouTube channel, there's a lot of things I want to do with it. My primary goal is to be a part of this wonderful YouTube community of women in this age group. The women that are in their 50s and the women that are in their golden era. When I say golden era, I'm talking about 60s on up. So yeah, I want to be a part of this wonderful community of women on YouTube. Showing everybody that even though the world, what is it? The world values and prioritizes youth, especially for women, as far as women are concerned. Even though that's the way the world thinks, I think that wisdom has youth beat any day of the week. And us girls, us gals, we are consumed with wisdom. We've lived lives and we've had experiences and we know a lot. And I think it's great that we're all getting on YouTube and sharing that. Letting people see that women in their golden era, women in their 50s on up, we're not going to be discounted. Image is everything, and we're going to reclaim that. And we're going to start by doing it on YouTube. This is a wonderful platform to change minds, to have people think differently. I also want to use YouTube as a way to earn additional income. It is possible. I see people doing it, and I want to get on board with that also. I want to talk about things like that. I would like to talk about monetization on my channel. I think I will track that maybe every 2 weeks to hold myself accountable to keep working toward that goal. I want to talk about side hustles and different, side gigs that I'm going to be attempting to work on. I want to track those as well, and maybe, pass on some good information to someone that's interested in doing something like that. I want to talk about self-care. At this big age, self-care is even more important. I want to make sure that 59-year-old me is going to be taking care of 60-year-old me. So I want to start making better choices with regard to taking care of myself, eating right. Exercise and working out is a part of my lifestyle, and it has been for, oh my gosh, since I was in my 20s. However, eating right has not always been, something that I have been consistent with, and I want to make sure that I do that. And I think sharing that on YouTube is another way to hold me accountable, to see that through. I want to make sure my mind, my emotional, and all those things are ready for my transition into my golden era. I'm going to really dive into gratitude and gratitude practice. I want to talk about that on this channel as well. And I've already started doing morning and evening gratitude. Yes, I'm going to use that to help me stay positive and stay focused, so that when I transition into my 60s, it won't be that big of a jolt. And I'm just going to be honest, right now, it is, I want to say, kind of a frightening thing to think about. Because when I think about people in their 60s, I think about like old people. And I'm coming to realize, like, I'm an old person. and it's kind of cruel because I don't feel like that, and I know I don't feel that way, but I have to start realizing that my body is not the same. I can't be moving around and doing the things that I would do if I was younger. I just can't. And I'm slowly starting to realize that. And I have to make sure I'm conscious of it so that I don't hurt myself. Yeah, because from what I hear, having a hip injury is very common, and it can take you out for a while. I don't want that to happen. What else am I going to be talking about? And another reason that I wanted to do this channel, I guess I just wanted to chronicle track my journey into my 60s. I want my 50s to be memorable, and I want to do it with intention. I want to actually take time out to do things to increase my positivity. I'm going to start really appreciating nature, and that's a part of self-care. I'm going to incorporate that in my channel. There's a family of Florida soft-shelled turtles that live in the pond in my complex, and I visit them on a regular basis, and I want to include them on my channel in some capacity. I don't know, maybe I'll do shorts when I do my nature walks and introduce the family. I'm really beginning to really appreciate nature and all it has to offer, and how it helps my mental and emotional, just being consumed by it and just being in the moment. Sometimes you just have to slow down, and just appreciate being in the moment. And I want to do that. this year, I really want to make a special and conscious effort to do that. And I'm going to do that on my channel. And I'm going to use my channel to hold myself accountable to do all these things. And I hope by doing these things, I'm going to help someone else to be able to make some positive changes. I think the term is to reinvent ourselves. I don't mind that term at all, because I really believe that there is a pivot that has to happen. You know, I'm not the same person. To an extent, yes, I am the same person, but I have to think of myself differently. I can't think that I'm going to be able to do the same things that I did when I was younger. My body isn't the same. So I'm going to have to be mindful of that and take care of my body so that I can get to my 60s and be able to do, and be, not just to be in my 60s, but to be able to do things and have better health and, you know, and be able to enjoy my golden era, glow up. But if there's one thing that I can say is that, you know, when being younger and thinking about someone in their 50s and their 60s, you know, those are the old people, the elderly people. And I don't even know, what age are you considered elderly? Is that your 60s? I don't know. But I just remember my aunts. I had a set of spinster aunts. They were, well, I don't know if spinster is even a term that we use now, but they were never married. And they lived together all their whole lives, their adult lives. And I remember when they were in their 50s, they seemed to me as a young girl to be so old, you know? And I remember a lot of the older women in my family saying that they just wanted to sit in the shade. You know, I really don't want to just sit in the shade. I want to be active, and I want to experience things, and I want to enjoy things, you know? So that is, and I want to include my subscribers. I want to include my viewers in that journey. I want to, and I want your feedback. I want your comments. I love engagement. I want to know what you're doing and how you're managing this transition. And maybe for some people, it's not that big a deal. You know, maybe I'm just not on board yet. And I'm hoping that doing this channel and doing my gratitude, connecting with nature, really prioritizing self-care and fitness, and doing all those things is going to help me in this year, my last year of my 50s, transition into my 60s with grace. That's what I want. I want this glow up. And I want you guys to join me. I want to join you. And I hope that this year is going to be the best ever. You know, I hear celebrities like Oprah, and who was it just recently? Cheryl Lee Ralph. She was talking about being in her 60s and how it's not the end, it's the beginning. And I agree. I completely agree. And I'm going to look at it that way. Being in the position to be 59 is not promised to everyone. So I'm definitely going to be grateful that I had this opportunity. And this year I am determined to embrace everything that comes with this glow up. Because it is the beginning, not an ending. And I want you guys to join me in this and inspire others to glow up every day. And we're going to make this journey unforgettable. And this year for me, I want to be unforgettable in a good way. So I'm asking you to subscribe to my channel and like the video and see me in the next. And until then, goodbye.